What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part something along the lines of 36 of my Total Warhammer II modded Vlad von Carstein campaign. So as we saw last time, after the defeat of Gelt, Vlad von Carstein, well, or after the acquiring of that armor buff for his entire army, Vlad von Carstein moved together with Dieter von Carstein, which I guess is another one of his relations, moved up north to take Festerspike and finally destroy Visaland. This will allow us to move through the mountains and take out the forces of the Golden Order for good so that they don't annoy us, and then move down here through this pathway and then onto, or into Reichland proper, and then onto Altdorf as fast as possible so that we can claim it for ourselves. We do still need to very much shore up our economy because it's going to get worse long before it gets better, as we still need plenty of stuff for both Heinrich Kemmler and for Helmand Gorst to have full armies that move out, especially if the dwarfs end up fighting us before, or betraying us and then presumably fighting us before chaos arrives. It's really all up to chaos at this point. We are ironically waiting for them to save us in a way, or at least prevent the wars, prevent the war with the dwarves. We'll see what'll happen after that, or if it occurs that way. We will. I mean, there's a lot to be said. Otherwise, let's get everybody moving. Isabella, you're gonna go near Nuln, and I guess we are going to wait outside. And if they want to attack Isabella outside the walls here with these guys march stancing, they are more than welcome to. It's not going to end so well for them, especially now that Isabella is even further powered up with all that extra armor received from the Gelt buff. Very nice, very nice. It's a especially big buff on units like Bats and Vargeist that have very, very little armor in the first place, so every single point of armor really does count there. Carmilla, you're going to keep on defending on Nuln. Heinrich Kemmler and the Red Duke, you're done with doing whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, and I believe that's it for everybody. Alrighty, let's skip the rest of this. Let's end the turn. Let's proceed to wherever we were going further, which is Carrick Norn and Grenberg. And I guess we'll see if anybody else does anything interesting. Would be nice if all these Empire armies just decided to attack Isabella and just kill themselves here. What is this? Raiding in Deadrock Gap. Ooh, they are going to attack. Very nice. I was hoping that this would happen, and they've got some nice stuff. Wow, lots of Hellstorm rockets. Now, this is a fight that we should certainly enjoy. One of the problems, I guess, is that I would rather have the Garrison army than Carmilla's army, which doesn't add a lot to this, but I can always get Carmilla's army to sort of retreat and not to reinforce. Interesting. This is obviously going to be a pretty epic cinematic battle. We're going to give the Banner of Swiftness to Isabella. I suppose we could give it to... what's the speed increase of... oh, wait, this... It's just perfect vigor. Okay, I was about to say, what if it's a speed increase? Give it to one of the flyers or one of the other units that already moves at like 200 just to see how fast we can go. I guess we're going to give the Lichbone Pennant to the Devils. Or nah, let's give it to one of the Vampires, I guess. We'll give it to you. Just because you might overcast and thus hurt yourself, I suppose, although to be fair, Isabella's casting a lot, but I feel like she'll still benefit the most out of Perfect Vigor. Anyway, let's get to it. Should be a damn epic battle. Yeah, lots of Demigriffs. Hey, we even have a Luminarch of Kish. Now, that's kind of a concerning unit. They've got Zinther's Reichsguard, a Imperial Foot unit, Altdorf Company of Honor, the freaking legendary unit as well. Damn. Alrighty. Valiant defeat. Let's see. Alrighty, here we go. Yet another battle for Isabella and her vampires. Isabella's really been getting a lot of good battles lately, and at this time it is not just her and her handmaidens, but Carmilla coming in to help on that zombie dragon of hers, so that should be nice. Now, the enemy has already made a terrible mistake. Their first army, although granted they will have the reinforcements up to like another army and a half, but Their first army is really bunched up here, and that is generally pretty damn bad. This is not the fight against Balthazar Gelt where we have something to prove, and we are going to actually use our magics to deplete enemy numbers. So, the first thing that we did was summon a unit of zombies right on top of the enemies, and use arcane conduits on all of our vampires, as we just did not have enough mana to cast everything we wanted. The zombies should distract them long enough for us to cast a Purple Sun of Zuraeus right in the middle of all this blob, or just in the middle of this blob in general. There we go, and the Purple Sun is out, and they are going to start taking lots and lots of damage. There we go, 2 handgun units already off the field. Great Swords basically destroyed. War Wagons at half HP, Knights Panther at half HP, and another unit of Great Swords starting to take the damage. Purple Sun is still going. Very nice spell. I don't remember who cast it. Looks like it was Melissa Rotep, who got over 400 kills and still climbing off of that one spell. Very nice. You see how much easier we could have had it against Gelt, but yeah, we didn't even need to there. Ooh. And I think this might be the first time that we're seeing the Knights Panther. I'm also excited to see the Altdorf Company of Honor, although I vaguely recall what they look like, just to see how effective they are. Now, our secondary army is moving in off the field here as reinforcement, but I don't really care about this army. We don't actually need it. Isabella's won against forces of this sort of size before, and I'm not super concerned. This force is just going to move in. I guess they're just going to get interrupted by this Demigryph halberd unit. We're going after the vampires, but this is all just trash zombies and garrison units. We don't care about this at all, and I might not even be using. Honestly, they're so slow. It's going to take them ages to get the battlefield. Anyway, and look at this. One of their armies is already like 75% destroyed, though the balance of power has not yet shifted because they have plenty of reinforcements. Now, the Vargeist flew over our vampires and landed on the 2 units of enemy Hellstorm rocket batteries that were here, taking them off the battlefield immediately. Looks like the new units of Hellstorm rocket batteries are actually still firing on our vampires, which is probably a good thing. They're not going to do too much damage to knights or great swords, but halberdiers only have like 55 armor, and therefore will take quite a bit of damage from those explosive rockets. Bats are also now moving in. As you can see, we got a lot of enemy units that were routing from that initial salvo or first blood, or whatever you want to call it, opening move from the vampires, and then there are also a significant depletion in the number of enemy melee units to actually protect all of the handgunners and war wagons and stuff, so the bats can, as usual, move along the edges of the battlefield together with the doggos and simply get to work. And ooh, I just saw a Luminarch of Hishfire, and I think that is going to be a brand new target for us to immediately focus on. In the meantime, we also split the Dire Pack off from the rest of the doggos, as they are going to help out with this Demigryph unit, because all these zombies and all these garrison units, they're just going to take either too long, or otherwise are not going to be able to hurt these Demigryphs all that much. 130 armor, and there's not really any armor piercing in this army whatsoever. It's really just up to the Dire Pack, who are also not armor piercing, and I guess our Vampire, who is who is not armor piercing, but is magical damage, so yeah. Still not armor piercing, so problematic. Yeah, so these guys are going to take a while to kill, but the Dire Pack are at least fairly good at killing them. We definitely used the Dire Pack to kill Demigryph Knights before. Otherwise, the rest of the army is going to try to move past the Demigryphs, but once again, they're just so damn slow. The battle's going to be half over, or more than half over, by the time we get there. As we can also see, the units are lifting off. Specifically, the Vargeist and the Vampires are all taken flight, and the reason for that is, once again, that Luminarch of Hish, which I am fairly paranoid of. A single shot can probably knock a Vargeist out of the sky and can dish out so much damage to one of our vampires, or hey, a Soulfire going down, one of our vampires, or one of, well, Carmilla on her zombie dragon is a pretty big target as well. So everybody is going to focus this thing down and rip it apart as fast as possible. There we go, surround that thing. I want it off frickin' the field. There we go. Oh, it is going to get screened by, is that a Zinthler's Reiksguard unit? Yes, indeed it is. And they're going to try to protect it, which will allow it to sort of move away a little bit, and the rest of our units are going to get distracted by Zinthler's Reiksguard. Fortunately, we can just keep moving. We are, after all, considerably faster, and there we go. Keep peeling off and keep killing that damn Luminarch. The Zinthler's Reiksguard are also going to get supported by a unit of halberdiers. No, these are lances. These are Demigryph Knights with lances. as in regular demigriffs. And there we go, finally this thing goes down, although maybe not finally in the sense that it only took a few seconds, but yeah, I was worried about it, so it definitely needed to die ASAP. There we go. I couldn't even tell who knocked it apart. I guess it was one of the vampires. Go figure. Alrighty, let's check back on the rest of the battlefield. Balance of power is still at half here. It hasn't really shifted all that much, despite all this fighting and all this killing have been done. In fact, let's see. What's the damage here? 1,000 units dead from the enemy is apparently not enough to really shift the balance of power in our favor, although the 700 units dead on our side, I believe, are just summoned zombies, and possibly a few units of these zombies that are moving past these Demigryph Knights. Ironically, this Demigryph Knight unit turned out to be very high value to the enemy, because by virtue of engaging, although this is kind of a cool little last stand that they've got going on here, just a single company of Demigryphs holding out against a pretty much endless tide of zombies, at least as far as they're concerned here. This is really cool. I really like this shot. But anyway, they got high value out of them just by virtue of the fact that they've engaged a lot of units, and just like the bats have a problem disengaging, all of these units do as well. See how this zombie unit is moving right back in there? When a couple units get engaged, or stay engaged, a lot of your units start going back and re-engaging, and it's really, really irritating. It's worst with bats and Vargeists because they're really quick, and zombies take a little bit of time to actually get back to where they were engaged previously, but still, it is damn annoying. Still a decent amount of Demigryphs and Reichsguard and Knights Panther. Lots of cavalry still remaining on the field. Archlector is still running around and doing things, but we've now lifted off and are now going to focus on some more high-value targets here. The Hellstorm Rocket Battery, another Hellstorm Rocket Battery up here. Gonna take those off the field, mostly to protect our bats, and I guess to protect our zombies over here, but, you know, honestly, I don't really care that much. The rest of the vampires are once again going to drop down into the middle of the enemy. Going to summon a zombie unit. Gonna get another one of those noxious breaths or pestilential breaths. I keep forgetting the name of that particular breath. Attack down on the enemy. There we are. And honestly, our vampires have not really taken any damage, have they? They're all basically full HP, or so close to full HP as to make no difference. So they're doing a great job killing everybody and, you know, tying up the enemy army while not really getting ripped apart. Nice little roar from Carmilla's zombie dragon pet there. Alrighty, so while the vampires are distracting everybody, the Vargeists are getting to work on anything that they can get their hands on. Handgunners, as I said, Hellstorm Rockets, and the bats continuing their great work here, which is killing everything that is on the edge of the battlefield here. So, yeah, that's pretty damn effective. The bats are always doing very good. I really like this army and the way it works out, just by virtue of the fact that the bats kill any ranged units that can't defend themselves very well, and then just prevent any units from coming back. And the dire doggos to a slightly lesser degree. Unfortunately, one bad thing happened here, which is one of our vampires, for some reason, disengaged by herself and decided to get surrounded by a unit of Imperial Foot, which is kind of scary in the first place, although fortunately they don't have armor piercing, but more importantly, the enemy lord, which very much is and could beat a vampire up. So by herself here, not so great. Fortunately, these vampires should be able to clear out the rest of these forces fairly quickly and then help out. Plus, we do have heals, so at least we shouldn't be able to lose. And there we go, the Altdorf Company of Honor. These guys are what I was looking for earlier. Let's take a look at them. Oh, that's a nice model. They look exactly like the Altdorf Company of Honor, don't they? The black armor and the yellow plumes. Okay, so that's about right, isn't it? And fighting together with Demigryphs. Nice. I just want to see them fight a little bit because this is a legendary unit. In the meantime, over in the background, as you can see, and I immediately say I want to see something, and then I stop seeing that. We have a Soulfire dropping down on top of our Vargeists, I guess, because, well, maybe our zombies as well. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't do all that much damage to our vampires and all that, but one of our vampires is pretty badly hurt, and even more Demigryphs moving in. We're actually going to switch and have the rest of our Vargeists come in to help with this, as there's now a fairly decent blob of enemies here. We're obviously buffing up all of our vampires with some melee buffs, like an Overcast Van Hell's Dance Macabre, and a Invocation of the Heck on those that are hurt. Plus, I believe one of our vampires is carrying, I forget what the name of the ability is. There's a bound item that adds attack to everybody, making everybody pretty darn crazy. It's off right now, but oh well. Still 95 melee attack on Isabella, even without it. Alrighty, how's the rest of the battle? Now the balance of power has definitely shifted in our favor when it's dropped about another 1,000. Troops are about 66 to 33% or something along those lines. The rest of the army is actually moving on the field, and the Dire Pack appeared to have finally taken care of this Demigriff unit with halberds, although they did get quite beat up at half HP while dishing it out. But hey, to be fair, it's a Dire Pack. It's a Dire Wolf unit, even a regiment of renown Dire Wolf unit against a unit of freaking Demigriffs. So, you know, definitely got the value out of there. Bats, once again, doing the same thing. I keep repeating that, but, you know, the Bats' job is really not going to change, so they're just going to keep doing what they do. So, yeah. Otherwise, oh, there's still a few... Oh, the Silver Bolts are still on the field. Definitely got to take care of those guys with the Bats. And I mean the small Bats, not the big Bats. Pretty much all the big Bats are engaged with the rest of this, and I believe the rest of the battle will end once all of these guys are done for. And there's the Van Hale's Dance Macabre, 133 melee attack because of it on the Vargeist, and that's without the secondary buffs. So yeah, they're definitely dishing out the damage. No amount of Demigriffs, well, no amount may be a little bit stretching it, but the amount that they have is not enough to deal with this sort of thing. That's for damn sure. Ah, nice little... I love the little pounce animation that dragons have. It's so adorable. It makes me think of them like giant doggos. Look at that, isn't that adorable? Alrighty, and with that, I believe the chain route is quickly approaching. The Altdorf Company of Honor is still fighting, and so are a few of their elite units like the Reichsguard, the Demigriffs, and, well, as I already said, the Company of Honor, who is now holding off a giant pile of zombies. This is also really... a really high-value couple of units of zombies as they're distracting a legendary unit. Well, I guess there are a bunch of units mixed up here, but to be fair, these are all garrison units, so we're not really caring about them. There it is, the chain route forces even the hyper-elite Altdorf Company of Honor, I say the legendary Company of Honor, to rout. Ultimately, a fairly long battle, actually, nearly 8 minutes long. Now, one of the longer battles, or I should say, one of the longer field battles we've fought, and just by virtue of that, that makes it a fairly nice one. Ooh, one of our units of Vargas definitely got quite beat up there. Damn, you got close, but a few, an invocation of Nehek plus the end of battle healing will top you up, I think. Damn, the Altdorf Company of Honor has a ton of HP, don't they? Not as much armor as I thought they would, but I guess because they wear cuirass armor and all their, I guess their legs and their arms are exposed, I guess that does make sense. 4260, I just want to check out the stats here. I think one of the main values of them is they provide a big buff to everybody. Yeah, plus 10% leadership and damage resistance to everybody nearby. One in melee, and why are you flickering like that, game? Stop that. And... another melee defense plus 10, so it's basically like a Vigor Mortis sort of thing. Well, more defensive than offensive, though, to everybody around them, which is quite a nice buff. We are going to try to rip them apart just as we are going to try to rip apart the rest of the enemy so we don't have to fight them again next turn, or are otherwise able to auto-resolve against them. Just going to speed it up through the rest of this. Yeah, as many units as possible. We're going to chase down that Altdorf Company of Honor. Don't want a legendary unit coming back. And there we go. Another very nice win for Isabella. Did not get too much value out of Carmilla's zombies or out of the garrison forces, but to be fair, once again, we didn't really need it. Isabella's army, especially with Carmilla's help, not even her army, just Carmilla herself, were able to take care of this very, very elite force quite well. Unfortunately for the enemy, they didn't have any steam tanks or anything like that, but we've faced steam tanks before with Isabella's army, and the results were just about the same. Can't wait for the army to be completed with a couple Terrorgeist and a zombie dragon, but it's already incredibly powerful and does an incredibly good job. Carmilla's obviously not going to be fighting with Isabella much longer. She's going to be backing up Gorst with all of those zombies so that he can dish out damage with his Mortis engines and his Black Coaches. At least that's the plan for now. We'll see how that works out later on. Let's see what the damage is. It is a close victory, but I don't imagine anything other than zombies really took any damage, and a few zombie deaths. I think I'll take that. There we go, and once again, Isabella's force comes out very, very much ahead. 428 kills on these Reichsguard, although they were just killing Carmilla's zombies, or perhaps the settlement garrison is something that didn't really matter. Most of their elite units have fallen. Oh, damn, this Hellstorm rocket battery survived, and unfortunately so did this unit of Demigriffs. But all told, pretty damn fearsome tally that we took among the enemy, especially that Luminarch of Kish will not be coming back since we devoted so many units to making sure that it died there. With regards to the battle itself, I mean, Isabella's force was just fine. Gotta remember that some of the bats were hurt coming into it, and it didn't take too much damage. Honestly, I didn't really use the other force too much. I just sort of told them to do something and barely controlled them. They all got stuck on that damn unit of Demigriffs for a long time. But honestly, since they didn't really add anything, or at least didn't add much, and we already knew that Isabella's force by itself could kill this sort of stuff, I really didn't see the need or the problem. Now, with regards to this, do we want to, you know what, we might want to move in and quickly auto-resolve a few battles, so let's heal up to full, although we are technically in our own territory, so if we were to take this 3k, maybe we'll heal to full anyway. We could risk it. I wonder how full we'll heal. You know what, maybe let's not, let's not risk it over 3k, and I know that these armies are dead, but there may be a not-so-dead army there, and I really don't want to have to fight just because there's a bat that will die. Yeah, fine, just dominate the captives. Dominate the captives. Isabella's been dominating enemy armies all over the place. I mean, I really like that. Her army's been doing very, very well. To be fair, she basically kept the entire empire at bay while Vlad was in the south. So, all that. Very nice. Already, anything else happening? Ooh, hello. You guys are gonna finally siege us. That's adorable. Raiding in the Dead Rock Gap. Assassinate failure somewhere. Wait, that's this? Oh, you moved right beside us. That's funny. That's funny. You're dead, buddy. You are quite dead. Yeah, move past the dwarfs. That's gonna help you, I'm sure. And there we go, auto-resolve. This out in Grimbrindle is actually going to reinforce us. Isn't that sweet? I think it's sweet. Let's get to you. Wow, 365. You have taken insufficient captives, so we can't do anything. I guess we can murder them. Why not? Better than nothing. Settlement Besiege, we'll deal with that in a second. Endless Thralls, there we go. Raise Dead, minus 25, that's very, very nice. Crimson Pinnacle has also been damaged. Some enemies killed in battle, not surprisingly. A free armor of silvered steel and some items from something, somewhere. Oh, and we can't repair this until we have destroyed this little army out here. Now, I guess we send the Red Duke out there. I'm actually curious, can we auto-resolve this? Decisive Victory. Yeah, honestly, there's probably no point in fighting this, is there? Yeah, just auto-resolve it, screw it. Screw it. I was gonna say send the Red Duke there, but why compromise this place when the Red Duke is coming there anyway, and it'll be fine. Ooh, free 2,000 points from those captives, very nice. Definitely got some decent cash out of all that. Red Duke, in the meantime, I guess since you are not going to be able to take Darkhold or the Fortress of Vorag, because these guys are too close to it, clearly, let's just keep moving you where we were moving you. You guys keep leveling, possibly stealing some tech if you can manage it. What's our tech at, by the way? 295. Ooh, I don't like that. It's dropped quite low. Let's get back to trying to get Incantations of Nagash. I remember Dust to Dust was actually at 2 and not 3, and now it's at 3. So don't appreciate that very much. I really do want Spirit Shackles just for the reduction for Kemner's army, as it is starting to cost quite a lot. Just wanted to see, was there a reduction for... No, I don't see it. I was talking about the black coaches in the morning. Oh, it's right here. Past Illusions of Grandeur, eh? That's also worthwhile. I mean, obviously, all the upkeep reductions are worthwhile. There's also a Vargeist reduction and Vargulf reduction and Beastmaster. I think that's the thing we go for next after Incantations of Nagash. This will take 12 turns, and this will take 13. We basically have to pick one. Reduction for Fellbats and Direwolves. Honestly, we don't have enough Fellbats and Direwolves in our forces for that to matter that much, so I think that we'll hold off on the Beastmaster for now. And I do gotta remind you guys that all of this fighting thus far has been without any of the buffs on the Vargheist, which is pretty hilarious. Alright, let's do that. We will possibly get back to stealing some tech later if we should so desire. Red Duke, you will keep moving northward towards the Silver Pinnacle, and then upward to destroy Clan Gritus. Just gonna randomly declare war on them. They will never see it coming, I'm sure. Are you able to get a black coach up and running? Unfortunately, you are not. And your ghosties have also not come back. Alrighty, well then I guess we're going to Cragmere, and we're gonna see if there's anything there. Hopefully they have revived there instead. Maybe long enough, maybe not enough turns have passed. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's not enough turns have passed already. Well, one thing I know, how many turns would it take? Oh, man. We know that we can raise some of these guys here, including a black coach, but do we want to go all the way over there? Technically, Gorst does need to go over there. Fine. Gorst, start moving. Start moving. If you can get your black coach out there, it's fine. Kemmler, I guess, well, the thing about that is, if we move Gorst away, Kemmler still needs his own ghosts. I guess we could just sit at Castle Tempelhof and wait for it to power up. Is there another battle marker that's close by, but that's a big battle marker that we can move to? You got 3.8k. Might actually be enough for ghosts. I'm not sure. It's close to 4k, which is, I think, fairly okay. You, Dieter, you're going to move right here. You're going to grab some ogre mercenaries, I guess. I forgot what kind we were getting. Get Death Belchers, I guess. What are we at, by the way? We now have... Okay, that was our first unit of Death Belchers. Damn, alrighty. I was going to get some of these extra range units for reasons, you know, but nah. Not a big deal. Obviously, we can't really power these guys up anyway. You, how far can you move? Far enough, I think, for you two to swap some units around at the very least and keep moving through this. Fester Spike, we're on... I was about to say gonna untax you, but you're already untaxed and still doing your thing. Alrighty. Dieter, you're gonna transfer. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are going to then take... you are going to take the bats. And I guess you are going to take the Konigstein Stack. No, you know what? Take the Skeleton Spears and take... Wait. Do we keep the Doggos or do we keep the Konigstein Spears? Do you really need the Konigstein Spears, Vlad? Or are you okay with... yeah, you know what? You have plenty of units of Graveguards. So you don't really need the melee all that much. I probably get more, but honestly, these guys are just going to get replaced by Blood Knights. And, oh, actually, now that I think about it, we could, for example, raise some Black Knights, and yeah, as I said, there's a Black Coach here. If only it wasn't so far. We could raise Vlad a couple Black Knights just to temporarily take the place of where his Blood Knights would go. It's certainly an option. And get, like, a couple of the... well, I guess... I'm just thinking who would go into his army. Also, the Sternsman would probably... be better off in another army, possibly the Red Duke's army. Somebody that actually buffs up the Graveguard considerably, as Vlad is not... he's mostly using them as an anvil, not really as a powerful unit in and of itself, so... Yeah, let me just think about this. Well, you know what, we'll wait until the raising for next turn anyway, so I don't think it's going to change too much, so we'll wait here. And it's not like we can move anyway right now. Now, you, Isabella.
Yes.
That's not Isabella, it's Carmilla. Isabella, you, kill this real quick.
Bring them death.
There we go. Hey, how dare you hurt our bats? We can get... No, we're just going to heal up. And just going to heal up. Featherfoe, Turk, yada yada. Oh, I probably could have moved you in to actually get some XP from that. Alright, fine. You know what? Let's move you in anyway for 2 reasons. 1, to get XP, but 2, because you reduce the cost of doing all this. Hey, another critical success. There we go. Well done, Banshee. And you got yourself a free crone. And we got our lucky number 13 as well. There we go. Assassinate, another action success chance. Gotta get more Banshees up and running. Speaking of getting more Banshees up and running, the Moot. 1 more turn until you can start recruiting Banshees there. Now, I was also going to get something here, and I believe it was an Awakened Battlefield. It's really expensive, but I think we got to do it anyway. Oh well. Now you, is it time to start recruiting spirit hosts? Why must they be so ludicrously expensive? Not much we can do about that. Ooh, I also gotta consider what heroes we gotta put in Kemmler's army, if any. And generally speaking, I mean, necromancers are... You know what? Maybe he doesn't need heroes. I mean, we could. I suppose we could get a couple of White Kings to flank Krell, but maybe Heinrich Kemmler is one of those armies that will not need them, because I'm going to put Mortis engines in his armies, not Necros on corpse carts like we are in many of the other armies that we have. So yeah, not necessary. Alrighty, Isabella, you can take Grunberg. Can you immediately move to Ubersreich? No, you cannot. I mean, I suppose what we could do is move you here. Have Carmilla take Grunberg, although what if she gets immediately attacked by this guy? You know what, I don't trust that. Let's not. We'll occupy the place. And then we will move Carmilla back. She's gonna recruit some of her zombies back. Yeah, because I think, like, if there's a secret army hiding somewhere out here, they would have attacked Carmilla, because she has nothing but zombies, and her zombies can't really fight. So, yeah, we still gotta figure out what to do. What we're gonna do with that army. Now, Oh, you guys might notice, our, where are you here? I swear I just saw it. You have Vargeists, but you can't raise Vargeists here? Okay, well, anyway, we had a bunch of those Vargeist upkeep trees, and I deleted them all, basically, because we no longer need to raise Vargeist, at least not for a long time, so we don't need the extra numbers, at least in my opinion. You are going to get a corpse pile up and running. We're also going to untax you immediately, although I don't actually expect you to survive, but you never know. Dotternbach, you can actually... You know what, you're actually reasonably safe here, ironically, and so is Wissenberg. Maybe we don't bother. I mean, they're kind of interior provinces, so maybe we just wait to upgrade those later. They'll probably still need them because of Chaos invasions and possibly Wood Elf invasions and all that sort of stuff, but for now, maybe we're okay. Alrighty then. What else can we do this turn? Red Duke, you've moved. Heinrich Kemmler, you're waiting unless we spend your cash right now. You guys can steal tech, and I did say I wanted to, so yeah, fine. We're gonna steal some. It's ludicrously expensive, but hopefully enough of you succeed. Oh man, only 2 turns. Can you at least make it 3 turns for the damn 1,400 gold or whatever ridiculousness it is? Okay, well... do that, at least for a couple turns. Are we over the threshold now? Yeah, we're at 330 now, so this is back down to 2. Okay, we're not going to get any higher than that, so let's not spend any more gold in that regard. Then just keep moving towards Incantation of Nagash and just keep it at about 330. In fact, since you guys have done that, maybe you two... Well, I guess you could get free levels from discovering all this, and I guess you could do the same in theory. Do we actually want to level you, though? I guess just start moving you back. Start moving you all back to Drakenhof, in theory. I guess eyes sewn shut now? I think I can see an eye there. But yeah, but at least give us money. How's the leveling up of Nagashazar going? Still too expensive to, you know, quicken it. Let's see. Or make it go quicker. I think we're good here. Let's just see if there's anything we need to build. We have a lot of territories now. Too many territories, in fact. Over-expansion going on here. And yeah, we could have raised some Empire territories, but I feel like, lorefully, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to raise or sack anything. We want to actually take it over, regardless of, you know, how much that costs us. Let's see. Is there any buildings? Okay, Ackendorf. You're still building this, you probably want to get some growth out of that charnel pit, or else you're going to take forever to get to the next level. Your garrison is also quite weak, so if the dwarfs attack you, you're gonna have a bad time. Let's see what else we have here. Mordheim, you're okay. Well, you're okay in the sense that I don't want to spend money on you. You're not okay. Ooh, you can get a blood tax. Not much extra money, but at least it's some. And I guess Grenstad, if we were to upgrade it, could do the same, but we need the money for more armies for now. Steingart can also upgrade and get more money. Basically, we need to start upgrading. We're not wood elves. Upgrading all of our locations with blood taxes and just making as much money as we possibly can. No. Really all we can do right now. Alrighty, and with that, I think we're going to end the turn. Adeline, you can keep moving. You're almost ready to join Kemmler's army. Speaking of Kemmler's army, how many Banshees we're able to get? I guess we'll see in a bit. Anyway, we're going to skip the rest of this. Some damage. Oh, right, the damaged buildings. And a bunch of settlement upgrades available. We'll deal with those. We don't actually have all that much money, to be fair. You guys are all going to repair. Why is there no repair all button? I know it's just such a minor thing. Just like, I mean, if it's going to damage all buildings, you should really be able to repair all buildings. You cost like 4,000 to remove, so I'm just going to ignore that, at least for now. You already have a Peasant Blood tax, right? Yeah, you do. Unfortunately, correct. Gadrin, very unfortunately. Because the other stuff is not worth building. Not until, I mean, we obviously want to build the Blood Keeps and the, or the Blood Keeps. There's just one Blood Keep. The Vampire Crypts and the Forbidden Libraries. Everywhere we need cash for that. Anyway, let's end the turn. Let's proceed. Let's see if these guys do anything interesting, or let's see if Gelb manages to muster an army before he gets hit by Vlad and co. Wow, Clan Eschen is looking very, very weak there, and honestly, so is Reichland looking very weak. Damage walls, failure by hostile hero. You unfortunately can't assassinate him for another turn there, but that's all good. I wonder who the dwarfs are fighting now. We really need to get them into fighting another war, or else they'll get bored. That's the thing. Can't let them not be fighting anybody. And I think military access agreement broken with Kerrick's. Oh, they got destroyed. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. There we go. Font of Nightmares now complete, so we can get more Banshees on the field. Speaking of Banshees on the field, you're going to go right here. Gorsty boy, you're going to move here. Now, where are you going, Dwarfos? Why are you in our territory? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Who are you at war with, by the way? You are at war with Empire Reichland. Yeah, or Empire Reichland. Origin of Disaster, Clan Eschen. How's Clan Eschen looking? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. They only have a few more territories left. Now, the problem is, once again, if we declare war on Numas, which was I was planning to originally, if we do that, then these guys won't like us. Oh, Numas, I feel okay about us. They like our great power, but they hate everything else, or the massive amounts of aversion. Non-aggression pact? No. Non-aggression pact for fighting the war with Teotihuacan. Still no. Damn it. Come on, Ironbrow's Expedition. I just want a non-aggression pact with them so that we can eventually, or hopefully, get them on our side. And then, after we have the agreement, force the regular dwarfs to fight Numas. I guess we can force them to fight Khemri. Khemri's actually quite weak, though. Oh, wow. What the hell happened to you? What are you doing, Khemri? Damn. Yeah, Numas is reasonably strong. This is why I wanted to fight them, but they're kind of allied with all this nonsense. Who else could we possibly tell them to fight? Basically just the Pirates of Sartosa, who also like us. But, yeah, I mean, it's all territories that they're gonna take, I guess. We'll see. Give it a few more turns, and then we'll have to pick something. Alrighty, Vladdy. I was going to get you... What was I going to get you? I was going to possibly get you a couple of Black Knights to replace the Direwolves and hold the space for the... for the Blood Knights that we'll eventually get. I'm just thinking if there's anything else that we want to remove. Suppose we remove these two. I wrote down a list of what I wanted for his final army. What are we missing here other than 4 Blood Knights? And where would we replace, where would we get 4 Blood Knights out of? I guess we have a few too many Graveguard, unless we want to keep 7 and then... We might also want to get at least 1 Mortis Engine in here, or maybe 2 Mortis Engines instead of instead of the Corpse Carts. I mean, we could also replace the Corpse Carts with Necromancers to power up Vlad. It's also an option. It's not a bad one either. It's basically a choice between Necromancers and Mortis Engines. The thing is, we're not going to get that many Mortis Engines. Alrighty, well, regardless, we can't reach the enemy right here. Vlad, go into summoning stance. Wait, do you have a... You do have a corpse thief, you have a dreg, but you don't have the raised dead reducer, whatever it's called. Something digger, grave digger. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, I could have figured that one out. Maybe. On my best day. Alright, fine. You're gonna go into necromantic ritual. You are going to join, I guess, all these zombies together into one blob. And then you're going to summon 2 units of knights for Vlad. Yeah, why not? Why not? What am I looking for? Oh, I was gonna join these units together. Right. There we go. 1 has disappeared, and then 2 units of Black Knight. Oh, they're still so expensive. And it's just for Black Knights, who are not that good. But whatever. All good. For now. Alrighty, then after doing that, you're going to transfer them over to Vladdy. Vladdy, you're going to give up your Dire Doggos, who are quite useful, and replace them with Black Knights, who are going to hold the space. Can't reach this until next turn. Going to go right to the edge of this, and then hope that we can reach it from 1 turn next turn, maybe? I don't know, I guess we'll see. Hopefully. If we can't, we can't. I mean, all it'll allow them to do is to build up a slightly bigger army before Vlad inevitably destroys them, and it is inevitable after all. You could attack Altdorf right now, but I feel like we wait for Vlad for that. I wonder, what if we, and I know that this probably won't work. Right, there's an ambush chance of 75% right here. Go to Grunberg right there. You can go into ambush. And then you go here. We could also have, ooh, you know what, Isabel, screw that. I don't think they have enough armies to do anything about you, so go right here. Just raid. There you go. Oh yeah, that's nice. That is a nice one. In fact, can you both raid? 37, I think you can. It's 25, right? I mean, if they take Grunberg, who gives a damn? You can't raid, you need 50. For the love of... Okay, go back to Grunberg temporarily. Annoying. You, assassinate this. 21 failure. Oh, you succeeded in assassinating last turn. Fair enough, fair enough. We'll wait until next turn then. You are going to go to Ubersreich and I guess steal a little bit more tech. At least it's cheap because you start in the territory where Carmilla is currently at, and she reduces the cost of that.
Do you need fresh troops?
There we go. Yes, we do need fresh troops, and many, many fresh troops. I thought that was clear before. Now, what do we have here? Wait, why are you guys level... Huh. You recruited at level 3, whereas here you're recruited at level 7. Because of what? Here recruit rank +2 for Banshees. What else is doing this? Why is it +7 here? Oh, it's because of the Lodestone of Darkness. Damn. Well, it's not worth it waiting like 20 turns for them to like freaking cross the mountains, so we're probably better off getting these ones. Also, these ones are trash, so we're not going to get any of those right now, but I don't want to waste the money to summon and then unsummon, you know? It's not that they're not actually that expensive to summon, interestingly enough. You know what, maybe we can get one more at least as an assassin and see what she gets replaced by. Magic item drop chance, tactician, or Dark Majesty. Don't care about any of these. I guess you have campaign line of sight, so let's get you. And then we'll have you assassinate some more stuff. If you can, you know, not fail. Specialist right there, please, and max that out and go try to do your thing. Get some more blood kisses so we can raise the rest of our bloodlines, and then we'll delete you after that. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait, and oh man, we're quickly rounding out of time. Damn, that's unfortunate. Every time. I love this campaign. Alrighty, Red Duke, let's just move you, but we're just about ready to call it here, unfortunately. Let's move you up north. We're gonna have you start fighting Clan Grittus next episode. In fact, next time, Grittus for the Red Duke, as there is no point whatsoever in moving down south. Vlad should be able to finish off the rest of the Golden Order quite quickly, as I imagine we'll have one real fight here, and then a quick couple auto-resolves, and then either the next episode or the episode after that, Vlad and Isabella will take Altdorf together, and then we will finally have the beginnings, I suppose, of the Eternal Empire. Well, I mean... beginnings, you know what I mean. I'm actually still shocked that the Talabecland hasn't declared war on us, but hey, you never know. It'll happen eventually, but we are getting stronger and stronger with our armies, so that will also continue to happen. We'll also hopefully be able to raise enough black coaches for Helmut Gorst to finally do things. We just need one more black coach, and I'm gonna give him the Claw of Nagash so we don't have to bother with another Mortis engine, and then we'll be good. I mean, Gorst, unfortunately, still does need to raise you a few more Cairn rates. I'm probably just going to give you the Chillgeist and keep it to 4 Hex rates, at least for now, because I don't want your army growing too expensive. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Lots of stuff to do next time. Continuing our march on Altdorf, and should be able to finish off the Golden Order as well, plus starting the war with Clan Gridus, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. Whatever else I usually say about likes and comments being important, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.